Welcome back, Days of Our Lives fans. The next 2 weeks, from March 3rd to March 14th, are set to bring intense drama, shocking revelations, and long-awaited returns. From Emily O'Brien making her grand reappearance to Marlena Evans desperately searching for John Black, and Jada Hunter fighting to help Rafe regain his memories, Salem is about to be rocked by unexpected twists. What secrets will be uncovered? What betrayals will come to light? Let's break it all down and dive into all the explosive details. Johnny DiMera and Chanel Dupree DiMera have been meticulously preparing to prove themselves as the ideal adoptive parents for Sophie Choi's child. They have rehearsed every possible scenario, ensuring that they can present themselves as stable, loving, and fully capable of providing a nurturing home. However, despite all their efforts, their long-awaited lunch meeting with Amy Choi quickly takes a catastrophic turn, throwing their adoption dreams into chaos. What starts as a civil and optimistic conversation soon spirals into complete disorder when Jada and Gabby Hernandez storm into the scene, blindsiding everyone with accusations of kidnapping against EJ DiMera. The shocking allegations create an air of panic, leaving Amy completely appalled by the sheer dysfunction unfolding before her eyes. The last thing she wanted was to place a child in an unstable environment, and now, she is seriously reconsidering whether Johnny and Chanel are fit to adopt. As the situation escalates, Amy's discomfort turns to outright disgust. The tense atmosphere and the seemingly never-ending criminal drama surrounding the DiMera family could very well push her to abandon any consideration of approving Johnny and Chanel for adoption. Could this be the devastating moment that shatters their aspirations of becoming parents? Meanwhile, Gabby is relentless in her pursuit of the truth. She refuses to let EJ dodge responsibility and corners him in a tense, private confrontation, demanding to know exactly where Rafe is being held. Gabby's suspicions are growing, and she is more determined than ever to get answers. However, what she doesn't realize is that Rafe is right under her nose, currently being held at the Salem police station, unknowingly caught in a dangerous web of deception and memory loss. The puzzle pieces are slowly starting to come together, but will Gabby uncover the truth before it's too late? EJ's twisted scheme has taken a devastating toll on Rafe. After being subjected to an experimental drug, Rafe's memories have been wiped away, leaving him with a blank slate, no recollection of his past, his loved ones, or even his own identity. The once strong and resilient police commissioner is now a shadow of himself, lost in a world that no longer makes sense to him. Meanwhile, Gabby Hernandez is relentless in her pursuit of the truth. She's determined to bring her brother back, but her efforts hit a major roadblock when the DNA sample she stole from Arnold Feniger only deepens the mystery. Every clue she uncovers seems to lead to more questions, and the realization that EJ may have orchestrated an even bigger deception begins to weigh on her. Jada Hunter, however, refuses to let Rafe remain trapped in this state. She's fighting tooth and nail to help him recover his memories and expose EJ's sinister plot. But breaking through the barriers in Rafe's mind won't be easy. The drug EJ used wasn't just designed to erase memories, it was meant to rewrite them, ensuring that Rafe remains lost indefinitely. Jada's struggle to reach Rafe is an uphill battle. She tries everything, showing him old photos, recounting shared experiences, and even taking him to places that once held deep meaning for him. But nothing seems to trigger recognition. Each attempt ends in frustration, leaving Jada wondering if she's fighting a losing battle. The real question now is, will Rafe ever regain his identity? Or has EJ successfully erased him from existence, turning him into a mere shell of the man he once was? As Jada pushes forward in her efforts, time is running out, and the stakes have never been higher. One thing is for sure, if Rafe does remember, EJ had better be ready for the storm that's coming his way. Ava Vitale has never been one to back down from a fight, and this time is no exception. When she comes face to face with Kristen DiMera, the tension between them reaches a boiling point. Ava is furious. Kristen had the power to help her escape captivity but chose to do nothing. The betrayal stings, and in a moment of pure rage, Ava slaps Kristen across the face, letting her know just how deep her anger runs. But Ava isn't reckless, she knows she has to tread carefully. CPS is already watching, and if she isn't careful, Rachel Black could be taken away from Kristen. Despite her personal vendetta, Ava is strategic. She won't let her emotions cloud her judgment, not completely, at least. She's playing the long game, and Kristen's refusal to help her may just come back to haunt her. Meanwhile, Brady Black finds himself struggling with heartbreak of his own. As he and Ava find themselves drawn into a discussion about their complicated past, old wounds start to resurface. Their history is a tangled mess of love, betrayal, and second chances that never quite panned out. But as emotions rise, one question lingers: could this be the beginning of something new? Or will Kristen's manipulative grip on Brady's life continue to keep him from moving forward? As much as Ava wants to stay hardened, a piece of her begins to soften when devastating news about John Black reaches her. It's a reminder that life is fragile, that nothing is guaranteed, and that sometimes, even the most hardened hearts can find a moment of empathy. Though she's been consumed by revenge, she sets it aside for now, because, at this moment, Brady needs comfort. And despite everything, despite their messy past and uncertain future, Ava is there for him when he needs it most. Marlena Evans receives the most terrifying news imaginable: John Black has vanished without a trace. His long-running secret mission, which already carried significant danger, has suddenly taken an unexpected and ominous turn. The fear of the unknown grips Marlena as she realizes that no one has heard from him in days, and the few leads she does have suggest that John may be in more trouble than she ever imagined. Determined to find her husband before it's too late, Marlena turns to Steve Johnson for help. If there's one person who understands John's work, his instincts, and the dangers he faces, it's Steve. The two set off on a desperate mission, following the breadcrumbs left behind in the hopes that they can track John down before he's lost forever. Their search leads them to Shane Donovan, who may hold critical information about John's last known location. But Shane is reluctant, either because he truly doesn't know the full story or because there are forces at play even more dangerous than Marlena and Steve realize. Frustrated but undeterred, they push further, determined to piece together the puzzle. As the mystery deepens, Andrew Donovan is drawn into the search, adding yet another layer of complexity to the situation. Marlena's instincts tell her that something isn't right, that John may not just be missing, he may be in grave danger. But will she be prepared for the truth she's about to uncover? And if John is alive, can they reach him before it's too late? Love triangles are always complicated, but this one is particularly messy, and potentially explosive. Holly Jonas has assured Doug Williams III that she is completely devoted to her boyfriend, Tate Black. However, despite her reassurances, her continued closeness with Doug is raising eyebrows and stirring up tensions that threaten to spiral out of control. Tate has never fully trusted Doug, and his suspicions are growing stronger by the day. He sees Doug as more than just a friend in Holly's life, he sees him as a rival. Every interaction between Holly and Doug fuels Tate's frustration, and his jealousy begins to boil over. Tate is convinced that Doug has ulterior motives, and the more Holly defends Doug, the more determined Tate becomes to prove he's right. Meanwhile, Doug insists that his friendship with Holly is innocent, but his actions suggest otherwise. He always seems to be around when Holly needs support, he always has the right words to say, and he doesn't hide the fact that he enjoys her company. Whether or not his intentions are truly harmless, the reality is clear: his presence is causing major friction between Holly and Tate. As emotions run high, the situation escalates into a full-blown battle for Holly's attention. Arguments between Tate and Doug become more frequent, and Holly finds herself caught in the middle, struggling to maintain peace between the two. She cares for both of them in different ways, but she can't ignore the growing tension and the toll it's taking on her relationship with Tate. The question now is, how long can Holly balance both relationships before something gives? Will Tate's jealousy drive her away, or will Doug finally make a move that forces Holly to choose once and for all? One thing is certain. This love triangle is heading toward an inevitable showdown, and when it happens, there may be no turning back. At the hospital, Stephanie Johnson unintentionally finds herself at the center of a brewing scandal when she overhears a hushed conversation between Joy Wesley and a nurse. As she listens in, she is stunned to hear Joy request a pregnancy test. Curiosity quickly gets the better of her, and she can't resist pressing Sarah Kuriakis for more details. However, Sarah, upholding her professional ethics, immediately shuts Stephanie down, reminding her that patient confidentiality is paramount. Despite Sarah's refusal to divulge any details, Stephanie's mind starts racing. Why would Joy be getting a pregnancy test? Who could the father be? And most importantly, what kind of fallout would this revelation bring to Salem? Unable to keep the speculation to herself, Stephanie later confides in her mother, Kayla Johnson, sharing her suspicions about Joy's potential pregnancy. What Stephanie doesn't realize is that she has an unintentional eavesdropper, Alex Kuriakis. Standing just outside the room, Alex catches bits and pieces of the conversation, and in classic Days of Our Lives fashion, he completely misinterprets what he hears. Jumping to the worst possible conclusion, Alex becomes convinced that Stephanie is the one who's pregnant, and with Philip Kuriakis' baby, no less. Meanwhile, Philip and Xander Kuriakis are navigating their own high-stakes drama. The two have put their differences aside and teamed up in an attempt to solidify their power at Titan. They are now working together to sway Wei Shin into siding with them in a critical business deal. But just as things seem to be going in their favor, a new wave of office politics emerges. With fresh hires at Titan stirring up internal tension, Philip and Xander's uneasy alliance could be on the verge of crumbling before it even truly begins. As suspicions swirl and misunderstandings grow, the question remains, will Joy's pregnancy secret be exposed before she's ready? And how will Stephanie handle the chaos when Alex starts spreading false rumors about her supposed pregnancy? One thing is certain, Salem is in for yet another storm of drama. One of the most highly anticipated moments in the next 2 weeks is the much-awaited return of Emily O'Brien. Fans have been speculating about her comeback for months, and now, the time has finally arrived. But with her return come even more questions. Who will she be playing first? And how will her reappearance shake up Salem? Initially, reports suggested that O'Brien would step back into the role of Teresa Donovan in March, before reprising her infamous role as Gwen Riacek in July. Given that O'Brien was recently spotted sporting blonde hair in a Days of Our Lives promo, the idea of her returning as Teresa seemed logical. However, TV Insider has now confirmed that Gwen will be back in Salem as early as March 10th. This shocking revelation leaves fans wondering, was the promo intentionally misleading? Could there be a surprise twist in store? Regardless of which character she embodies first, Emily O'Brien's return is bound to send shockwaves through Salem. If she's reprising Gwen, could this mean unfinished business with Xander? If she's stepping into Teresa's shoes again, what role will she play in the ongoing custody drama surrounding Tate? Either way, her presence will undoubtedly ignite new tensions, expose hidden secrets, and keep Days of Our Lives fans on the edge of their seats. With all this uncertainty, one thing is clear, Emily O'Brien's return isn't just a routine comeback, it's an event that could change the landscape of Salem forever. The next 2 weeks on Days of Our Lives are packed with explosive drama, shocking betrayals, and long-awaited returns that will leave fans on the edge of their seats. Will Marlena and Steve track down John before it's too late, or will they uncover a devastating truth? Can Jada successfully trigger Rafe's memories and bring him back to his former self, or has EJ's manipulation permanently erased the man he once was? And what role will Emily O'Brien's return play in the ongoing chaos in Salem? Is she about to bring a whole new wave of turmoil? With dangerous secrets unraveling, relationships reaching their breaking points, and tensions at an all-time high, Salem is in for some of the most dramatic moments yet. As familiar faces return and unexpected alliances form, loyalties will be tested, and shocking twists will change everything. Will love conquer all, or will deception win out? How many more secrets are waiting to be exposed? And who will pay the ultimate price when the truth finally comes to light? Make sure to tune in and find out what happens next. And as always, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss a breakdown of your favorite soap opera twists. Until next time, Days of Our Lives fans, stay tuned for even more jaw-dropping revelations and unforgettable drama.